No quarterback ever drafted as late as Bart Starr was expected to make it far in the NFL, yet he defied every odd and became a legend with the Green Bay Packers. Bart Starr was a 17th-round pick, number 200 overall, drafted by the Packers with little expectation, assigned a running back's jersey number 42, and buried deep on the depth chart. No quarterback drafted that late had ever made the Packers' final roster. But Starr had spent his life proving doubters wrong. His college career took a hit after a hazing incident injured his back, causing missed playing time and a demotion to backup. His senior year stats were abysmal, throwing only 1 touchdown to 9 interceptions during a 0-10 season at Alabama. His draft stock plunged, and only a coach's recommendation saved him a spot with the Packers. Starr's first 3 NFL years were rough, with a 3-15-1 record and more interceptions than touchdowns. Vince Lombardi arrived as head coach in 1959, initially doubting Starr's talent and mental toughness. Still, after injuries to others, Starr got his chance, kicking off a winning streak in the Packers' first winning season in over a decade. Despite a shaky start, Starr earned Lombardi's trust and became the extension of the coach on the field. He demanded respect from teammates and proved himself a natural leader, showcasing ruthless preparation and execution. Together, they formed one of football's most iconic player-coach duos. From underdog to final roster, Bart Starr was a 17th-round pick, number 200 overall, drafted by the Packers with little expectation, assigned a running back's jersey number 42, and buried deep on the depth chart. No quarterback drafted that late had ever made the Packers' final roster, but Starr had spent his life proving doubters wrong. His college career took a hit after a hazing incident injured his back, causing missed playing time and a demotion to backup. His senior year stats were abysmal, throwing only 1 touchdown to 9 interceptions during a 0-10 season at Alabama. His draft stock plunged, and only a coach's recommendation saved him a spot with the Packers. Starr's first 3 NFL years were rough, with a 3-15-1 record and more interceptions than touchdowns. But in 1959, Vince Lombardi arrived as head coach, initially doubting Starr's talent and mental toughness. Yet following injuries to others, Starr was given a chance, kicking off a winning streak in the Packers' first winning season in over a decade. Despite the rocky start, Starr earned Lombardi's trust and became an extension of the coach on the field, demanding respect from teammates and proving himself a natural leader through ruthless preparation and execution. Their partnership grew into one of football's most iconic player-coach duos, setting the stage for one of the greatest dynasties in NFL history. College setbacks and draft day low expectations. Bart Starr's college career started with promise, but everything changed after a hazing incident injured his back, forcing him to miss most of a junior season, and eventually he was demoted to a backup role as a senior at Alabama. His confidence was shattered by the time he graduated, with stats that told a clear story: 1 touchdown and 9 interceptions during a 0-10 season. This disastrous senior year caused his draft stock to plummet, and although he was selected by the Packers as the 200th pick in the 17th round, it was only because an Alabama coach recommended him to someone on the Packers staff. Starr entered the NFL with the odds stacked against him. Less than 8% of players drafted in the 17th round or later played a single down for Green Bay, and no quarterback drafted that late had ever made the final roster. His college struggles and draft day low expectations seemed to mark him for obscurity. But Bart Starr was someone who thrived on proving others wrong, even when the data and his past seemed to say otherwise. Early NFL struggles and Vince Lombardi's arrival. Starr's first 3 years in the NFL were anything but smooth, compiling a 3-15-1 record as a starter, while throwing 13 touchdowns to 25 interceptions. The Packers were among the league's worst teams during the stretch. It seemed like Starr's career might fade away just as quickly as it started. Then in 1959, everything changed with the arrival of Vince Lombardi, a coach known for his relentless drive and demanding leadership style. Lombardi watched Starr's tape and was initially convinced he lacked the talent and mental toughness to be great. It was an understandable assessment, given Starr's struggles on the field up to that point. This skepticism relegated Starr to 3rd on the depth chart, putting his future playing time in serious doubt. But fate intervened when injuries struck the Packers' starting quarterback, and the backup failed to perform effectively. Out of desperation, but perhaps also out of belief in Starr's untapped potential, Lombardi gave him a shot under center. Starr grabbed this opportunity with determination, and the Packers finished that season with their first winning record in over a decade. What emerged was the beginning of a remarkable transformation, not just for Starr, but for the entire franchise. Although Lombardi was tough on Starr, at times benching him after the 1960 opener, Starr's resolve never wavered. He won back the starting job weeks later and led Green Bay to their first championship appearance in 16 years, proving that this was only the start of a historic journey. The early setbacks made his later achievements all the more impressive, revealing a player who could thrive under pressure and grow into the leader Lombardi desperately needed. Leadership and holding his own under Lombardi. Despite a shaky start, Starr earned Lombardi's trust and became the extension of the coach on the field. He demanded respect from teammates and proved himself a natural leader, showcasing ruthless preparation and execution. Together, they formed one of football's most iconic player-coach duos. Bart Starr called his own plays and executed them perfectly. A rare combination of intelligence and poise, Lombardi was obsessive and detail-oriented, needing a willing student, and Starr absorbed coaching so well, he made up for what he lacked in raw talent with hard work, preparation, and a fierce will to win. During one practice, Starr threw an interception, and Lombardi publicly scolded him in front of the entire team, even though the defender had tipped the pass. Lombardi held Starr responsible. After practice, Starr confronted Lombardi in his office, demanding that such public criticism not happen again. He feared losing his teammates' confidence if humiliated. Lombardi understood and stopped, but this moment revealed Starr's assertiveness and his capacity to be a great leader. More than just a player, Starr became a quarterback who could manage the team, inspire confidence, and execute the coach's strategy flawlessly on game day. His leadership was crucial in turning the Packers into champions, showing that sometimes the best leaders aren't always the loudest, but those who earn respect through integrity and dedication. Clutch performances and historic plays. Starr shone brightest in pressure moments, most famously during the 1967 Ice Bowl. Battling injuries and brutal cold, he orchestrated a legendary drive to set up the winning touchdown, a play that sealed the Packers' legacy and their third straight championship. Less than 5 minutes left. Trailing 17-14, the Packers had to march 70 yards in the coldest game in NFL history. They drove all the way to the 1-yard line, but the Cowboys stopped them twice. On 3rd and goal with 16 seconds left, Starr called a timeout and jogged to the sideline to talk with Vince Lombardi. Everyone expected a pass, but Starr told Lombardi he could run it himself. Lombardi trusted him completely, saying, "Run it and let's get the hell out of here." That play sent the Packers to Super Bowl II and their third straight championship. Starr's leadership and calm under pressure on that day cemented his status as one of the greatest clutch performers in NFL history. The Ice Bowl is still remembered as one of the most dramatic and intense moments in football, with Starr's fearless decision-making turning the tide when everything was on the line, disproving critics and earning MVP honors. Lacking a cannon arm or flashy athleticism, many critics dismiss Bart Starr as just a system player, but his performance told a very different story. He retired as one of the most efficient quarterbacks ever, with a playoff passer rating that still ranks 3rd all-time and 2 Super Bowl MVP awards to his name. His 1966 MVP season was a defining moment. He posted a staggering 105 passer rating, while the league average barely reached 64.9. Even by 2024 standards, that number would be exceptional, rating 5th for any quarterback in a season. Critics often pointed to his limited arm strength and short passing game, but Starr's ability to win when it mattered, especially in clutch moments, proved their doubts wrong. His playoff passer rating of 104.8 stands as a testament to his poise under pressure, ranking among the best in NFL history. While some argued he was carried by Vince Lombardi's system, Starr was much more than a cog in the machine. He was the voice on the field, The leader who executed Lombardi's vision seamlessly, and someone whose impact can't be measured by raw stats alone. The combination of his leadership, preparation, and performance silenced many doubters and secured his legacy as a Hall of Famer with undeniable influence. Post-championship career and humble character. After Lombardi's retirement, Starr's career slowed due to team aging and personal injuries that eventually forced his retirement in 1971. Despite the rough end to his career, Bart Starr's resume is undeniable. A 90% win percentage in the playoffs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, and one of the most efficient passers ever. However, his lasting legacy extends beyond the field. Known for his humility and character, Starr carried himself with grace and respect in every interaction. One story perfectly encapsulates this. Driving down the road one day, Bart abruptly pulled his car over to shake hands with sanitation workers picking up trash, telling his son it doesn't matter if it's the President of the United States or the gentleman picking up your trash, you treat them the same. This simple act reflected more about who Starr was as a person than any championship ever could. While many remember him for his clutch performances and leadership on the field, he might have been an even better person off it. His integrity, work ethic, and kindness left a lasting impression on teammates, opponents, and fans alike. Though his coaching tenure is often overlooked, the respect Starr earned throughout his life remains clear. Bart Starr wasn't just a football great. He was a role model whose character helped define an era of the NFL. Bart Starr's story is one of resilience, leadership, and quiet greatness. Drafted so late, many overlooked him. He went on to redefine what it means to be a winning quarterback, proving heart and preparation can outshine raw talent. His career was never about flashy plays or overwhelming athleticism, but about the relentless pursuit of excellence and the will to win under any circumstance. Despite early setbacks, he seized every opportunity, turning doubts into championships and critics into admirers. Starr's partnership with Vince Lombardi changed the game forever, showing how leadership on and off the field can create a legacy that lasts for generations. Beyond the stats and the titles, it's his humility and respect for others that truly set him apart, reminding us that greatness is as much about character as it is about skill. His impact on the Packers and NFL history is undeniable, even if it sometimes gets overshadowed by the larger-than-life figures around him. Ultimately, Bart Starr's journey teaches us that where you start doesn't determine where you finish. And with relentless determination, the impossible can become possible.